Bones are amazing things. They hold us up, they support us, they make us strong. But bones have other uses. In the past, bones were thrown by diviners, seeking out the mysteries of the future. Now the bones are cubes, made of plastic or resin, but they still reveal things to us. As they fall from our fingers and rattle across the table, the story becomes clear. Welcome to Bone Throwers Theater, an RPG actual play podcast.
And welcome back to Bone Throwers Theater. My name is Jeremy, and I am playing Julian Eureka Illix.
My name is Aaron, and I'm playing Sam Feluge.
My name is Jeff, and I'm playing Jerr Lan.
This is Johnny, and I'm playing Chime. I don't trust you, North.
And I'm Jordan, and I am playing Why Don't We Make the Players Go Against Each Other, GM.
We always do that anyways.
I feel like recently we've been working pretty well together. Maybe that's why he's trying to
Tear us apart.
I break you out down so you can be built up stronger.
Or something.
Or something. So previously, you guys moved a
Body.
frost sickle into an abandoned school.
A fire sickle.
Yeah, firecycle.
A fire sickle. One of those firecracker popsicles.
Yeah.
or a bomb pop.
So you moved your frozen enemy.
Fried ice cream.
There you go. Right.
Your frozen enemy. Your frenemy. He had a name, by the way. You never asked his name.
No, we didn't care.
No, we didn't.
You moved your enemy into a cooler in the abandoned school. Well, not abandoned, but
Yeah, pretty much abandoned.
Unused.
Abandoned by the city.
everybody who lived there was still there.
That's what I mean. Abandoned.
Lived, past tense.
But he is correct. They did not abandon the school.
The ghost.
Their souls did.
Or did they?
So, you moved your enemy into a freezer, and you questioned him. Didn't get too much information. Sam created a theory room.
Mm-hmm.
Chime made sure to disable all of the electronics. And also listened to a really rousing recruitment speech.
From Predator Qatari.
Where he was bluntly honest with her about what he would do.
Yeah. And then Jerr.
Jerr huffed and puffed and strode around like an old fuddy-duddy.
Jerry was jerring.
Jerr was
Jerry.
jerring.
So you think that you released the elemental, which is really kind of a euphemistic way of saying you killed somebody.
Well, there's a question about that because at this point, Julian thinks he stumbled onto something on how to disbond an elemental. Because usually, when a fire elemental disbonds, there's combustion, and there was no combustion in this of any kind, but still death. But
But it was a less violent death.
it was less violent death.
It was more violent than you think.
Well,
Yeah, because you didn't see the mummified body.
Yeah.
I mean, where Julian is thought process is connecting that the death wasn't the direct result of the disbonding.
Julian's theory.
Yes. So he thinks he stumbled onto something.
But it's time to go get the box.
That's what Julian is suggesting. Julian also knows that the idea was to try and break out Crom.
What do you think is the higher priority at this point? I'll open that up to the table.
Well, that's why Julian was asking where Qatari's box was. Because if it is truly safe, then it doesn't matter if they find the fourth box. But if it's not, then they could, at any point, become in possession with all 5 boxes.
Well, that's right. Qatari just said that it's at a train station.
Right. And Julian sensed that the elemental was zipping around the Aquarail, station to station, looking for something. So why do we need to find Crom again?
He knows how to use the program.
So that he doesn't give more
Information to the
damning
fire
information.
Yeah.
He has info on the program. The question is that a potentially 6th component that the Fire Drakes would eventually need to get to Crom to figure out how to use the program as well?
It would be helpful.
Okay. But it could be done without Crom. Like he's not a vital piece.
I think that Qatari is more concerned that the council will get information
From Crown.
from Chrome, which would then they could lead to an international incident with Marnaline.
Okay. I mean, international incident, domestic incident with a even more corrupt system of government. Which one is worse?
Is this still just you and Qatari in the?
And Sam,
So you did come get Sam.
Well, that's what he said was we need to get Sam. So we started this discussion out of game though.
Okay. Out of game. The question would be, what's more important? Theoretically, I think for our characters, I think the more important thing would be the box from the fire drakes. I mean, really, we just need someone to go in, sneak in, kill Crom, while everyone else goes and gets.
Gee, I wonder who would be good at that.
it's like I wrote an objective for a particular character in mind.
I think at this point Julian would think that the box is more important.
Okay,
I think Sam would agree with that statement.
that is a perfectly cromulent assessment.
Was that a real word?
It's on The Simpsons. Look it up.
All right, so back into game. Yeah, Julian just suggested that they go get Sam and the three of them go to retrieve the box.
Okay. Qatari agrees with that assessment that the box needs to be obtained. Chime needs to sleep, she says. And Jerr is off.
Investigating the corpse.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so where's this station, Qatari?
It's not too far away. So
Yeah, Johnny.
you're actually pretty close to the northwest inner hub ring. So 2 stops away.
So the mid-northern stop.
And it's also the middle of the night.
Is it the middle of the night? Yeah. So
Early
it's,
evening.
it's probably about 10 or 11.
It's after curfew.
Not for Julian. Well, he doesn't want to try his credentials right now.
Right.
So, dare we even go on the Aquarail?
Is the Aquarail running?
I would assume so. There was running, parts of it were up and running a couple days after the thing, and
Okay.
it's been probably another week after that.
So either we take the sewers.
Your own Aquarail or the real one?
Fecal rail.
Well, there's an episode title.
Fecal rail.
I mean, the sewer access is right there, actually. Let's do it, sewer.
Okay.
Qatari's like, do you guys always just default to the fit sewer?
Do you have a better way?
Maybe.
Meaning.
Spill it.
So there are some points, there are access tunnels under a lot of the roads, for like maintenance and stuff like that. You ever think about using those?
Most of the time that's connected to the sewer.
Consiglio is a giant Disney World, right?
Uh-huh.
They have all sorts of like.
Is a giant. You know what the council's gonna be? It's gonna be like Mickey, Donald.
But that's actually what the council building looks like. It's a geodesic sphere.
You're living inside the Epcot Center.
Oh, so each quadrant's a different country.
Yes. No. So, but it's like Disney has all sorts of like access.
Yeah, underground.
Tunnels and
Yeah,
stuff like
tunnels.
that. So that's where the idea came from.
So, do you want to take the underground tunnels rather than the underground sewer?
If it smells better, yes.
Perfect.
Okay. So she leads you to a building just off the main campus. It's like a small door that's built in between other doors. Have you ever seen in a really crowded city, there's like a random looking door in the middle of like an office front, like storefronts and everything? Like storefront, small door, storefront.
Mm-hmm.
Open that up and there's a ladder leading down to tunnels. It smells a lot nicer in here. It's all concrete. A little bit of like auto exhaust smell from the trucks that they drive through here on occasion. There's other doors that one will say like water treatment facility. Others will say like waste treatment, heating, all the different kinds of utilities that you would typically have in the city.
So these are good-sized tunnels.
Yes. In some areas they're as wide as like the street that runs above them.
Are there any vehicles parked outside of any of these golf carts?
There are a few, but they seem to actually be biometrically locked.
Okay. So we start making our way to the
Aquarail station. Atari has hidden the box.
You spend an appropriate amount of time
in transit.
in transit.
No one dies of dysentery.
Right.
Aw.
No rattlesnakes bite you.
And you don't get drowned in a boarding.
An affording of a sewer.
But your options do die.
The wagon tongue breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you have any questions for Katari or anything like while you're going along?
So where in this train station is this box hidden?
I put it in a locker.
What's the locker number?
626.
626. Do you have a key to it, or is it a combo?
It's a combo.
What's the combination?
1182.
Sharing information, just to make sure we know.
Right.
That way, in case she dies.
That way you can kill her and still get the
No.
False info.
Katari would never do it.
Right.
All right, so get to the train station, and we head up to the appropriate floor with the lockers.
Yeah. We open the locker, grab the box,
And
head
we
back
head
down
back to the school.
You should go to locker 66. She goes to number 2.
No, I didn't say 66. I said 626.
Oh, I thought you said 66.
Yeah, it would be nice if it were that easy.
We were just gonna keep talking until you said something.
Jordan falls asleep and he wakes up and is like, yep, so we are now the council.
Nope, there's someone there checking papers. A guard checking papers.
Do I recognize the guard?
Go ahead and make me a knowledge roll. Or do you want it to be a perception roll? Oh, that sounds so much happier.
No! It would have been better if it had been knowledge. 0.
You do not recognize the guard.
Okay.
The guard has a nice puppy with him that you absolutely fall in love with.
Oh, look at the dog. Have we started approaching the guard, or are we going
Yes.
to talk tactics?
Oh, tactics. Is there only one way through this?
Well, I mean, you could go around to the far side of the station, but there are guards there too.
Okay.
I only see the one guard. I can take him and his dog.
Is it like set up as a checkpoint?
Yes.
So there wouldn't be an easy way to distract the guard for somebody to just go past.
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, you do have Shade, who can just go past.
Yes. I mean, I don't know what Shade could do.
Right.
Can Shade talk to other people outside of Sam?
Nope.
Shade has not.
Except for Julian.
Because that's an innate ability. Elementals can speak to each other.
We do know that.
Katari pulls out her ID card, acting rather nonchalantly.
Sam's gonna follow Katari.
Lockstep?
Okay. Card. Scans it. Where are you going to? The southeast station. Why are you out this late? He looks at you. Sam.
We were involved in an active investigation up at the police station, and we were held late. We're headed back to our apartments now.
All right, let me go ahead and just call the station and verify that. Do you have a code number, a case number?
Yes, sir, I do. And he's going to give a number that would be recognized by his officer contact at that station.
Sounds like a deception roll.
He wouldn't be the one deceiving because you actually
It's
have
a
the officer contact,
I have the officer contact.
and you have a number for him.
Yeah.
Because that is the police station.
That is the police station. He just dropped off it was
donuts?
like a week ago. But
2 weeks ago.
the bagels, the coffee, and the cream cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The extra.
So I guess that would be a charm roll.
Yep.
I guess
Yep. Sounds good.
Are you charming?
not inherently, but
Jer's charming.
I'm more persuasive than charming. 8.
He takes the number and calls it in. Takes your IDs. I have an Illix, a Moo, and a Feluge here.
Sounds like a bad joke.
They walked into a bar. Okay. All right, you are clear. But didn't you get your new reassignment paperwork?
No, I did not.
You're not going to be in the southeast quadrant.
Wait, what?
That's where you're going. That's where Amu said you were going to the southeast station.
Yes.
You're being assigned to the western quadrant, your new residence.
Okay, I had not received that.
All right, well, here's the information about how to contact the Department of Residential Assignment. You have 20 hours to get that done.
All right, thank you.
If you don't do so, then you will be fined 300 credits per day, and you will face incarceration for the council.
For the
council.
And off you go.
Okay, so we follow Qatari up to the
626.
626. As we approach the locker, is there anybody near the locker?
I can see elementals. Is there unbonded elementals around?
There are not any unbonded elementals,
Okay.
but you do see someone sitting at the far end of the, like there's lockers in rows, and there is like a bench down each row. So, you know, it looks like a locker room. And there's someone sitting on the far end of the bench, like the far end of the room on a bench.
How big is the room?
Probably a good 80 meters. It's a huge room.
It's a big room.
Big room.
Proxy?
I think you'll have to make a roll for that.
So at this distance, you can't tell.
Not inherently. Not from this distance. If this person was closer to you, and they're just sitting there reading a newspaper. The Insurgents Times.
I am.
What kind of role would that be?
Investigation.
Investigation.
You can tell what newspaper they're reading. You can't see it.
Yeah, no.
You can't see the hole that's been cut into it.
21.
Yeah, it's a proxy.
Can I tell what kind by the look of the elemental?
Error.
Okay. Assuming they round the corner and we're walking down that road together,
Mm-hmm.
Julian's gonna, just as I think what all notice, the one person sitting at the end of the bench, just say, air proxy.
Question. Do I recognize this person?
No.
Okay. Gonna roll an investigation to see if I can see or hear anybody else in the area.
You're still thermographic.
Oh yeah.
You can see heat. Basically, you could be in one row and tell that there's somebody in the next row.
Right.
But beyond that, you couldn't tell. Because the metal shield of the
Right,
locker
yeah.
shield.
Okay. Yeah. So with a 19, do I hear anybody? Is that the only person there?
You can hear another locker slamming in the distance.
Okay. And then I'm going to ask Shade to take a look around. Shade, can you make sure we're not going to be surprised?
Life is a surprise.
Is that a yes or a no?
Good question.
Okay. Shade might be on it.
Shade might be on it.
Julian's going to take note of, as they're walking, where the numbers are so he can determine how close to that person they're going to end up for 626.
Yeah, that's good. I just assumed we weren't going to be down.
So it's odds on the left, evens on the right. And you passed 438.
Oh my gosh.
So we'll be pretty close to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As they're walking, just like out of the side of his mouth, he's going to say, Sam, on the count of 3, deep breath in, deep breath out. 1, 2, 3. Rolling willpower. I need a 9. And I definitely got it. Yeah.
Boo.
General state of mind of the air elemental at the end.
Flighty.
Imagine that.
Why are you looking at me like that? I answered your question.
Yes, okay.
You've been nothing but honest with you this whole evening.
I always am.
Except when you're lying.
When do I lie?
When you're Qatari.
Yeah.
How well lit is this whole place? I mean, it's midnight, so have they dimmed the lights?
Have you ever been in the Washington, D.C. metro system late at night?
Yes. So it's like that.
Yeah, it looks vaguely like something that should be in The Empire Strikes Back.
Deal. The person isn't watching us.
No, not externally.
I'm going to turn down one of the locker rows, break off from you guys, and I'm going to turn to shadow. Because then I can make my way down there to the other end of the hall, near the person, and be invisible. R3.
Rank 3.
Yep.
Is this turn to shadow?
Yep.
To cast a spell, the mage must be wearing dark clothes
Mm-hmm.
and devoid of any shiny objects that would catch and reflect light. He must also be immersed in darkness or shadow at the time of casting. It does not need to be absolute. Even a shadowy corner is enough. When the spell is cast, the mage transforms into a living shadow, no mass, and therefore makes no noise and leaves no track of passage. It may assume any general shape and may flow through tiny openings.
Okay. So that's my plan.
I see 27.
24, 27, 28.
Yeah, it sounds like you're invisible.
With a target of 16. And so I'm invisible and intangible. So I am going to come back out and follow the other two. Is the locker before or after the guy?
Before.
Okay.
Oh.
So where they stop at the locker, I'm going to keep going just a little bit
Okay.
to be between the guy and them.
He puts the paper on the bench, stretches. Katari goes into the locker and clicks it open. Code is 1183. And she opens the door. And you recognize the box. Has Sam ever seen the box?
No, because you weren't there when I gave it to her. You were in the hotel
Yeah, with the body.
with the body.
Shade says, I think that guy over there is a friend.
Ooh, how do you know he's a friend?
How do you know they're not a friend?
Did he tell you that he's a friend? A friend to who?
From the army.
Oh. Okay, well, if he comes over here, then we'll greet him, as befitting his station.
No murders.
We'll see what happens.
Just wants the box.
I think everybody wants this box at this point.
So why should we have it?
Because we want it too.
I think we should give them the box.
I don't think we should give them the box.
Katari takes the box out, puts it under her arm, starts walking away.
Julian will follow.
Sam will also follow.
So will the man.
Julian notices that he's going to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Julian reaches in his coat, puts his hand on his pistol.
Sam turns down one of the side aisles and kind of halfway down the aisle drops invisibility.
Okay.
And Julian, walking next to Katari, says, "We have a shadow."
Katari starts walking faster.
What's the guy do?
He matches.
Okay. Is he drawing even with the aisle that I'm down?
Yes.
Hey! Hey!
He doesn't look.
And at the same time, to the elemental, "You want to stop."
It's like static is filling your ears.
So he ignores me?
Yep.
Then I'm gonna come back out of the thing and approach him.
Okay.
I mean, when I come up behind him, what does he do? To be fair, I also have my hand on my pistol.
No, really.
I just want to make sure that is very clear.
He turns down one of the roads.
Julian's going to say, "Katari, we need to move now."
A light breaks. The sound of footsteps stop.
No, they don't, because the sound of footsteps have quickened where
Okay.
Katari.
So instead of 4 pairs of footsteps, there's only 3 at this point.
Okay. So Sam is going to skirt to the far side of the walkway that we're on, so that way I'm away from that aisle that you just went up, and sneak past.
Okay, go ahead and roll to sneak.
19, 21.
You're sneaking.
Sneaking, so I'm sneaking after them.
Okay. And with that, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break.
Rashomon, a land where spirits roam and witches rule. 3 women are embroiled in a divine plot, and it is up to them to uncover why. Join the adventures of the Broadswords at thebroadswords.com.
All right, and we're back. The lights in front of you start going out.
But I see nothing in front of me when they start going out.
Right, the light bulbs just start popping.
Julian takes out his flashlight and turns it on.
The flashlight goes out.
Still no footsteps, no other sounds, any sounds at all.
Drop the box.
Is that audibly to everybody?
Yeah.
We will not drop the box to the
Give me a fate point.
Why am I giving you anything? I think that's a pretty good one.
I'm just picking on you.
It is audible for all of us
Yes.
from everywhere. It's not like
It's not localized.
Julian's going to try and speak one more time to the elemental, saying, "You are making a mistake."
The vents in the ceilings start blowing a lot faster. And it starts pushing this really noxious smelling exhaust.
I'm going to use air to draw air from outside to try to clear the air.
Julian is going to put up his arm covering his nose and mouth area and kind of like push Katari along to exit.
Push it from the front of the building to the back of the building.
25.
25, 28.
Okay. It feels hard to move air. Like it's heavier for some reason. But you are able to get a bit of a breeze coming and it's starting to feel refreshing.
Okay.
Julian would urge Katari to move as quickly as she could towards the exit.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I don't see a person to kill, key signatures or anything, I'm just going to keep on going.
You hear a gun cock.
You hear a second gun cock.
And the third, do we see anybody?
It sounds like it's coming from in front of you now. No, at this point.
But we can't see anybody.
Correct.
As long as you don't see anybody, you're still moving.
I told you to drop the box. This sounds very localized to in front of you.
So now we can identify a source.
Yes.
I'm going to cast my Consuming Darkness. Not my Consuming Darkness. My Vengeful Void spell.
Okay. What does Vengeful Void do?
Eats him.
Yeah, that's what he used on the first episode.
What was it Jestly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is is this targeted at a specific
person.
Okay.
Which is why I was waiting until I could identify a person, location.
Okay. I was going to say, because if we keep moving forward,
You don't want to give me any of that darkness.
And I was okay. Yeah, I probably should have thrown through Fate.
Wow.
22.
An extra.
Yeah, 1 character point.
23.
2 character points.
25.
Congratulations, you just managed to do it. As a side note, you guys are burning through character points and fate points today.
A little bit. I don't know why. We're all like spend happy.
It's kind of weird. We're never like this.
No.
There were certain points in Angel's Guard where you guys were dropping.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But that was near the end when we're like, we need this to happen.
Right. Rather than just try to talk our way through this guy, I'm like trying to gank him. So it does a brawling of 40.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. 15,
Yeah.
18,
Well,
plus 4,
Should we roll initiative?
27?
Okay.
Yeah, let's go ahead and roll for initiative. Well, I rolled horribly for initiative.
I rolled an 8.
9.
3.
Hey!
And Katari had 6.
Alright, so Julian's up.
Julian, having no idea what happened as far as before with the Vengeful Void, is going to keep going forward. I still can't see anything.
No, you can't.
So I'm just going to keep moving
You
forward.
do see an air proxy.
Oh, now I see it. Where did it come from?
It's in front of you now.
But where did it come from?
It did the exact same thing he did. Turned invisible and went over top of you guys.
Oh.
Oh.
The elemental went invisible as well?
Uh-huh.
Ooh. I really don't like air elementals. My goodness, they are so sneaky. He's going to try and speak to it again and just say, "Get out of our way."
Give me the box.
Yes, persuasion roll.
Okay.
25.
15. So you win. You feel a rush of wind just push down the row.
Like from in front of us?
From in front of us, yeah. It's like hitting you full in the face. Feels like you would be standing in a wind tunnel. Up next is Katari.
Alright, no, Sam.
So my vengeful void lasts 3 rounds.
Yes.
So should I roll for the void first and then for whatever I want to do?
Yes.
So 4D of brawling, fight. $16.
15.
Ooh. So then 6D of damage.
6d6 worth of damage.
Yep. 66 worth of damage. And 13.
I mean, it could be worse. Yeah, the individual gets pulled in. So here's how it is. Like, the wind is rushing past you all because you persuaded it to get out of its way. And then, like, these inky black tentacles of void just reach out and whip around your bodies.
Oh, wait, so it was actually moving past us?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
It was actually trying to get out of our way.
I didn't think it was.
No, me neither.
Well, I thought it was getting out of our way, but it was going to make us hard for us to move forward.
Right.
That's what I thought. It was like, all right, fine.
No, it did exactly what you asked it to.
Cool.
Okay.
So the inky black
Starts
tentacles.
Yes, whip past you. You start seeing like black filmy bubbles like scooping up air and pulling it in, and all of a sudden like the wind just stops and the void just begins to swirl around and turns into like a bubble, and it starts shrinking down and down and down and down and down until it disappears.
Heat signature and elemental are gone.
Mm-hmm. The guard dog is barking.
We still need to get out of here.
Do you want to go the other way?
Yeah, I'm not going towards the dog. So the pistol is going away, and we're going out another entrance. Quickly.
Okay.
Like, speedily.
Sounds like you all need to run.
Yes.
I mean, is anything chasing us?
Sounds like the dog is coming closer. And we all know what happens when dogs start chasing you in this game.
Yeah, you can have sticks.
No. The dog is not chasing. It's okay, Mike's not here. He's going to fall over.
Can I fly instead?
Sure.
Added one more day. Well, not bad.
6.
15.
You're running. You're doing better than this
I've never flown before.
punk ass is.
Remember? So when me and Shade saw the fire elemental jump out the window, I was like, can we do that? And Shade goes, we can try. This is a much safer environment to try the flying thing
than jumping out of
Yeah.
a story window.
Yeah.
It doesn't go as well as you thought it would. It's actually rather disappointing.
Okay.
You're moving forward, but your feet are just dragging on the earth. All right, so Katari and Julian.
Katari just runs. She's
running.
not messing around with this flying nonsense.
Well, she's a Earth proxy, so she.
Yeah, she probably has no problem running.
She could tunnel.
Abel did it.
Mhm.
She was gonna swim through the dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get to the other end of the room. It's a pretty good hall, but you're able to make it.
The entire way.
It's like you just hear this screeching noise as his feet are dragged across the floor. And there is a barge, I don't know what else to call it, that has just pulled in. Doo-doo. Doors opening.
Okay.
Good.
Jump
Go
on.
for it. Yeah.
Doo-doo. Doors closing. And it smoothly glides away from the station.
All right.
We're just gonna, I assume, just get off at the next station and.
Yeah. I thought.
Yup.
Is there anybody on the Aquarail?
You know that episode of Firefly? Train Job? Open the door, and who's on the other side but a whole bunch of soldiers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not like it. It seems to be an empty train.
Oh.
Empty, all right.
Well, that went better than expected.
Better.
Better than expected.
What are your expectations there?
That everyone is out to get this thing.
Okay. And an air elemental was out to get this thing.
Military.
So you're saying they're from the council.
I'm saying they are from the military.
Would the military act outside of the council?
I do not know, but I know when I was given orders, I do know that I was given leeway on how to enact those orders.
Well, yes, because the council's going to acquire what it needs to acquire by any means necessary.
Right.
But I would think it would still be, even the council is aware of this thing.
It is very likely.
Is that news to you, Katari?
It just reinforces that Delby is a weak link here, because he could have given information about us with a proper enough description. We can be tracked on the monitors and the cameras and everything like that. So who knows?
So we go get Delby. We got the box.
Yeah.
Then we go get Delby. Take away 2 pieces.
I'm gonna try and contact some other cell members, see if we can get some further information, if it's still with the Monarlines or if it's passed on to somebody else.
All right, so we need to go back to the school, pick up Jerr and Chime. Chime's gonna actually do anything, and then
Need to find a new place to stash this box.
why stash it? And then have to worry about who might stumble across it.
How big is the box?
It's like a flask size, like,
Can we carry that with us everywhere we go for the next few days?
I mean, what's riskier? Leaving it somewhere for it to be discovered, keeping it with us for us to be captured and discovered. At least if it's with us, we know if it's in danger immediately.
Yeah, I guess that's as good as the other option.
By this point, it's really late.
So they're gonna come out of the access tunnel,
Okay.
and Julian's gonna I'm gonna go get Jerr, someone get Chime, meet back here, let's go.
Okay.
I go to find Chime.
Well, I knew where Jerr was,
Okay.
and he was.
And
Well,
he was
does
He was in the freezer,
Oh, that's true.
He wouldn't still be there.
No.
He would be.
What were you doing while other members of the party were doing box retrieval duty?
Well, first I was curious as to where they went.
Nope, no one told him
They just
anything.
kind of disappeared on us.
I was like, dude died. They all ran away. I'm all alone.
You got
Well, I
Chime.
mean, Chime's there, but he doesn't like me.
It's more I don't like Katari more than anything else.
So I
You
would
just happened to
find
be there when Katari was
I
talking.
would find some place that had nice blankets and go to bed.
You go to bed in a room that has a North Belisara flag.
Is it the bottom bunk?
Yes.
and a model of the Aquarail that is
Oh.
broken in the southeast corner.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, this room's creepy. I'll stay here.
You're sleeping underneath the North Belisara flag.
He's using it as a blanket.
So that's what you walk into. Is Jerr Lan wrapped up in the flag. It's probably actually breaking flag code.
Julian's gonna do the same thing. Walk up, just kick the bunk. Jerr, we gotta go.
Fine. Throws the flag on the floor, climbs out, walks all over it. Sucks. Alright, let's go.
We gotta go get Delby. He's gonna go to the intel room and grab some things from the box.
Okay. I'm assuming rope.
Yes, the rope, the rifle scope. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Just the rope?
The rope and the rifle scope.
Okay. And Sam,
I go to find Chime.
you find Chime doing time.
Chime is in the principal's quarters.
Chime's living it up.
Surrounded by bureaucracy. His life goal.
Hey, Chime, are you awake or are you just
Sleep.
You're asleep? Sam, I'm gonna kick your bunk. Chime, time to get up.
Why?
We're going after Delby.
Why?
I don't really know why, other than he has some information about these boxes that we don't want certain people to get.
Did you get the one box?
We got it.
Just break it.
It's a good idea. We should still go after Delby.
Okay. Crawl out of bed.
Okay. So now that you're awake, we go. Where are we meeting up? Go back out.
Destroy the box.
Go back out to the group. So why don't we destroy the box?
That's what I don't understand. You don't want them to get it. Just break it.
Because we
they
still
want to use it.
want to use it.
Healing Hands wants to use it.
I was gonna say, who's we?
Healing Hands. Yes, all 2 of you that are here.
Look, he's not denying it anymore.
I mean, I say we just hold on to it for now, but if it comes down to it, I'm destroying that box.
That's like the nuclear option in my opinion. It is an option, but it's definitely low on the list of.
If push comes to shove,
Yeah.
we break it.
Whatever. Delby, do you know exactly where he's being held?
On the military base?
Yeah.
I don't know these things.
Kind of information you need before you plan a rescue, isn't it?
Well, that seems like a job for people that were in the military.
Oh, if I contact anybody around there, I'm a dead man.
So yet again, you're saying you're not going to do anything, but just say, "Oh, this is too dangerous. I'm too afraid. Oh no."
Sounds like it. You realize we're trying to goad you.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't work.
So we play it by ear then.
Well, you still have contacts on base, right?
Yes.
You're not a publicly wanted man like I am.
No, I am not a publicly wanted man.
The way that he says this.
Yes. So why don't you make contact, see what you can find out?
Well,
I mean, yes, I know the layout of the base quite well, but like I said, if I make any contact with anybody there,
because this time of day trying to make contact with somebody,
well, this time of day, yeah.
You know the layout. Where would they be holding a prisoner of
Three
this
different-
magnitude?
There's 3 different possibilities.
All right. Where are those possibilities?
Well, there's one dead center right next to the re-education center.
I would imagine re-education is probably the lightest of the options available.
Yes, that's the second location. There's one dead center, there's one next to the re-education center,
Right.
and the third one is actually underground. So,
Underground.
I think we should try the underground one first.
Agreed. Probably the closest one to our access point anyway.
you know the sewers are graded under compound, right?
No one said anything about sewers. That was like 3 hours ago.
Come on, Chime, get with the times, man.
We're taking the access tunnels above the sewers, but below the streets.
Yeah. I'm not sure what the access to the compound is like that, on that level, but
Well, we'll find out.
yep. I suspect they're at least watched.
Better than walking in street level.
That it is.
Okay. I'll drop a quick layout of the compound and find out where the underground facility's at.
Okay. And you all start heading towards the compound. We're going to go ahead and leave it off at that point, and we will see what happens when you guys storm the castle next session. Thank you so much for listening to the Bone Throwers Theater. Thank you for listening to Bone Throwers Theater. Our cast is Aaron, Jeff, Jeremy, Johnny, and Jordan. We are releasing this podcast under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 3.0 Unported license. That means that you can share the podcast, but please do not modify it or try to gain financially from it. If you would like to visit our website, you can do so at bonethrowerstheater.com. If you would like to send us an email, you can do so at bonethrowerstheater@gmail.com. Our Twitter handle is @bonethrowerstheater, and also you can look us up on Facebook. And until next time, may the bones fall ever in your favor. This has been a Nerd Circle podcast production.